and despair. Even Admiral Antares, who had remained stoic throughout much of the tour, found himself grudgingly impressed by the depth and nuance of the human storytelling. As the final act reached its tragic conclusion, the Unus leader couldn't help but see parallels between the play's themes and the challenges faced by his own people. The night's festivities culminated in a grand reception at the United Nations headquarters. Altair and Antares, now dressed in formal attire provided by their human hosts, mingled with a diverse array of human leaders from every walk of life. Altair found himself engrossed in conversation with a brilliant young scientist who spoke passionately about her work in the field of quantum computing. The Unus advisor listened intently as she described the potential applications of her research, from revolutionizing communication networks to unlocking the secrets of the universe itself. Across the room, Admiral Antares had been cornered by a renowned astrophysicist who eagerly discussed the latest breakthroughs in the study of dark matter and dark energy. The Admiral, initially reluctant, found himself drawn into the conversation, his own knowledge of the cosmos expanding with every passing minute. As the reception wound down, Secretary Morris raised a glass of champagne in a toast. "To the future," he declared, his voice ringing out across the room, "a future of understanding, cooperation, and mutual respect between our two great civilizations." Altair raised his own glass, a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. For the first time since their arrival on Earth, he allowed himself to feel a glimmer of hope. Perhaps, just perhaps, the humans were not the primitive, barbaric species he had once believed them to be. As the reception at the United Nations drew to a close, Secretary Morris approached Altair and Admiral Antares with a glint in his eye. "Gentlemen, I have one more surprise in store for you. How would you like to visit the International Space Station?" Altair's eyes widened, his heart racing at the prospect. "The ISS? Your species' most ambitious collaborative space project? It would be an honor, Secretary Morris." Admiral Antares, his curiosity piqued by the humans' technological prowess, nodded his assent. "Very well, human. Lead the way." A sleek silver spacecraft awaited them at the John F. Kennedy International Airport, its streamlined design a testament to human ingenuity. As they boarded the vessel, Secretary Morris explained, "This craft was designed specifically for diplomatic missions like this one. It's equipped with the latest in human technology, ensuring a smooth and comfortable journey." The spacecraft lifted off, its powerful engines propelling them through Earth's atmosphere and into the inky blackness of space. Altair watched in awe as the blue marble of Earth receded behind them, a sense of wonder filling his chest. As they approached the ISS, the station's modular structure came into view, a glittering jewel against the backdrop of the cosmos. The spacecraft docked with a gentle thud, and the airlock hissed open, revealing a group of smiling astronauts. "Welcome to the International Space Station," a tall, blonde-haired woman greeted them, her voice warm and inviting. "I'm Commander Natalie Holt, and these are my crewmates. We're honored to have you aboard." The astronauts led the Unus delegation on a tour of the station, their footsteps echoing in the narrow corridors. In the lab module, they showcased an array of advanced scientific experiments, from biomedical research to materials science. Altair marveled at the ingenuity on display, the way the humans had adapted to the challenges of living and working in space. He engaged Commander Holt in a lengthy discussion about the station's water recycling system, fascinated by the closed-loop design that allowed for near-total self-sufficiency. As they made their way to the observation module, Admiral Antares' attention was drawn to the station's navigation and propulsion systems. He studied the displays intently, his mind whirring with the possibilities of adapting human technology for Unus spacecraft. But it was the view from the observation module that truly took Altair's breath away. Earth hung below them, a shimmering blue and green orb against the starry backdrop of the universe. He pressed his hands against the reinforced glass, overcome with emotion, at the sheer beauty and fragility of the human homeworld. As the visit drew to a close, Commander Holt and her crew had one final surprise in store. They presented Altair and Admiral Antares with a pair of custom-designed spacesuits, the emblems of the United Earth Federation and the Unas Confederation emblazoned side by side on the chest plates. These suits represent the beginning of a new era of cooperation and understanding between our species, Commander Holt said, her eyes shining with hope. May they serve as a reminder of the bonds we have forged here today. Altair, deeply moved by the gesture, clasped the commander's hand in his own. Thank you, Commander Holt. I will cherish this gift and the memories of our time here for the rest of my days. I look forward to a future of collaboration and friendship between our peoples. As the Unas delegation returned from their awe-inspiring visit to the International Space Station, Secretary Morris had one more ace up his sleeve. He arranged for Altair, Antares, and their entourage to journey deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where a top-secret human research facility was nestled among the dense foliage. The sleek silver transport craft descended through the misty canopy, touching down on a hidden landing pad. Dr. Marcus Nakamura, a lean, bespectacled man with an air of quiet intensity, greeted them as they disembarked. "Welcome to Project Genesis," he said, his voice filled with pride. "What you're about to see may change the course of human-Unas relations forever." As the group followed Dr. Nakamura into the sprawling complex, they were struck by the advanced technology seamlessly integrated with the natural surroundings. Holographic displays flickered to life, showcasing intricate diagrams and data streams. But it was the central chamber that truly took their breath away. Altair and Antares stepped into a vast, climate-controlled dome, their eyes widening in disbelief. Before them stretched a lush, vibrant ecosystem, a perfect replica of the Unas' homeworld. Towering trees with iridescent leaves, crystal-clear streams winding through rocky terrain, and the distant cries of native Unas fauna filled the air. It was as if they had stepped through a portal, transported light-years away to their own planet. How is this possible?" Altair whispered, reaching out to touch the trunk of a familiar tree, its bark rough beneath his fingertips. Dr. Nakamura smiled, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Project Genesis is humanity's first successful attempt at terraforming on a small scale. We've been studying Unas terraforming techniques for years, reverse engineering your technology to create self-sustaining ecosystems." He led them deeper into the dome, pointing out the intricate web of life that had been carefully cultivated. "Our ultimate goal is to establish habitable environments on other worlds, paving the way for peaceful colonies and cooperation with alien species like yourselves." Admiral Antares, his initial skepticism giving way to grudging respect, studied a delicate bioluminescent flower that had no earthly counterpart. "I must admit, Dr. Nakamura, your team's achievements are impressive." Altair, his mind racing with possibilities, turned to the scientist. "Dr. Nakamura, the Unas Confederation has made great strides in terraforming over the centuries. Perhaps we could share our knowledge with your team, work together to push the boundaries of what's possible." The human scientist's face lit up, and he grasped Altair's hand in a firm shake. "Master Altair, that would be an incredible opportunity. The exchange of ideas and technology between our species could accelerate progress exponentially." Admiral Antares, sensing the shift in the winds, stepped forward. "Dr. Nakamura, I propose a joint human-Unas mission to explore and terraform a nearby uninhabited world. Let it be the first step in a new era of cooperation between our peoples." Secretary Morris, who had been observing the exchange with a satisfied smile, clapped his hands together. "Gentlemen, I believe we have the makings of a historic partnership here. Project Genesis is just the beginning." As the Unas delegation prepared to depart Earth, Secretary Morris presented them with a parting gift, a sapling from the Project Genesis ecosystem, its leaves shimmering with an otherworldly glow. "May this symbol of our growing bond remind us of the shared future that awaits us among the stars," he said, his voice filled with hope and conviction. Altair accepted the sapling reverently, his eyes meeting those of Admiral Antares. In that moment, an unspoken understanding passed between them, a recognition that the path forward was one of unity, not conquest. And as their spacecraft lifted off, carrying them back to the waiting Una's fleet, Altair clutched the sapling close to his chest, his heart swelling with the promise of a brighter tomorrow. As the Una's ship glided through the inky void of space, its crew abuzz with excitement, Admiral Antares and Altair gathered the senior officers in the vessel's dimly lit conference room. The two leaders, their faces etched with a newfound respect for their human counterparts, began to recount the incredible events that had transpired on Earth. Altair, his voice filled with admiration, spoke of the humans' remarkable achievements in science, technology, and the arts. He described the wonders of the International Space Station, the ingenuity of Project Genesis, and the depth of human storytelling as exemplified by the performance of Hamlet. They had witnessed it. Admiral Antares, his initial skepticism now replaced by a begrudging respect, praised the humans' military prowess and strategic thinking. He recounted the impressive display of human combat capabilities at the Nevada testing facility and the advanced technology of the UEF Prometheus. As the two leaders shared their experiences, the crew's attitudes began to shift. The once hostile murmurs gave way to whispers of admiration and curiosity. Zephyr, a young Una's engineer with a keen mind and an insatiable appetite for knowledge, raised his hand. "Admiral Master Altair," he began, his voice trembling with excitement. "The humans' technological achievements are truly remarkable. Imagine what we could accomplish if we combined our knowledge with theirs." Antares nodded, a rare smile tugging at the corners of his mouth. "Indeed, Zephyr, their advancements in propulsion systems, energy sources, and life support technologies could greatly benefit our own efforts to explore and colonize new worlds." Zephyr's eyes widened, a grin spreading across his face. "With your permission, Admiral, I would like to assemble a team of our best scientists and engineers to work alongside the humans on joint research projects. We could exchange ideas, collaborate on new designs, and push the boundaries of what's possible." Admiral Antares, recognizing the potential of such collaborations, gave his assent. "Very well, Zephyr, you have my authorization to proceed. Select your team and prepare a proposal for our human allies." As the meeting adjourned and the crew dispersed, whispers of the successful diplomatic mission began to spread throughout the Unas Confederation. Other Unas leaders, intrigued by the reports of human capabilities and the potential for cooperation, reached out to Altair and Antares, expressing their desire to establish their own relations with Earth. Altair, now a trusted advisor to the Unas High Council, found himself standing before the governing body, passionately advocating for a formal alliance between the two species. "Esteemed councillors," he implored, "the humans have proven themselves to be worthy partners. Their technological prowess, combined with their commitment to peace and cooperation, presents an unprecedented opportunity for our confederation." The High Council, swayed by Altair's testimony and the evidence presented, authorized the establishment of a permanent Unas embassy on Earth and extended an invitation for human diplomats to visit the Unas homeworld. The historic decision marked a turning point in the relations between the two species, setting the stage for a future of collaboration and mutual growth. As the Unas ship prepared to depart Earth's orbit, Admiral Antares and Altair stood on the bridge, gazing at the blue planet below. The once intimidating world now seemed to shimmer with promise and potential. The two leaders exchanged a glance, their eyes conveying a shared sense of wonder and anticipation for the journey ahead. Earth's image grew smaller on the view screen as the ship accelerated, the stars stretching into glowing streaks as they entered FTL. In the depths of interstellar space, a new chapter in the story of the Unas and humanity was about to unfold, one written in the language of friendship, cooperation, and the shared pursuit of knowledge. Zephyr strode through the gleaming corridors of the Unas ship, his heart pounding with excitement as he approached the research lab. The doors slid open with a soft hiss, revealing a bustling hive of activity. Una's scientists and engineers hunched over consoles, their faces illuminated by the glow of holographic displays and the sparks of advanced machinery. The young engineer made his way to the center of the room, where a group of his hand-picked team members awaited him. "My friends," he began, his voice brimming with enthusiasm, "we stand on the precipice of a new era. The humans have opened their doors to us, inviting us to collaborate on projects that could revolutionize our understanding of the universe." He activated a large holographic display, which flickered to life, casting a cool blue glow over the assembled Unas. Images of human spacecraft, energy cores, and life support systems rotated slowly in the air, accompanied by streams of data and complex equations. "Our first project will focus on integrating human propulsion technology with our own," Zephyr explained, gesturing to a schematic of a sleek, streamlined ship. "By combining their advanced ion engines with our gravitational warp drives, we could achieve speeds and efficiency never before thought possible." The team members murmured in approval, their eyes wide with the possibilities. Zephyr continued, his voice growing more animated with each word. "But that's just the beginning. We'll also be collaborating on new energy sources, drawing on human research into zero-point energy and quantum entanglement. Imagine the power we could harness, the worlds we could explore." As the team delved into the technical details, their excitement grew. The once daunting challenges now seemed surmountable, the barriers between their species dissolving in the face of shared curiosity and the thrill of discovery. Meanwhile, in the Una's High Council chambers, Altair stood before the assembled leaders, his voice ringing with conviction. "Esteemed councillors," he said, "the time has come for us to forge a new path. The humans have shown us that strength lies not in conquest, but in cooperation. By joining forces with them, we can achieve wonders beyond our wildest dreams." The councillors listened intently, their faces a mix of curiosity and cautious optimism. Altair pressed on, his words painting a vivid picture of a future where Unas and humans stood side by side, exploring the stars and unlocking the secrets of the cosmos. "I propose a formal alliance between our species," he declared, his eyes shining with the fire of conviction. "An alliance built on mutual respect, shared knowledge, and the pursuit of a common goal, the betterment of both our peoples." The High Council, moved by Altair's impassioned speech and the weight of evidence he presented, voted unanimously in favor of the alliance. The chamber erupted in applause, the sound of a new era dawning. On the bridge of the Unas ship, Admiral Antares watched as Earth receded into the distance, a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. Beside him, Altair stood tall, his eyes fixed on the stars ahead. "So we've come a long way, old friend," Antares said, his voice softened by newfound respect. "Who would have thought that a simple diplomatic mission could change the course of our entire civilization?" Altair nodded, his gaze unwavering. "The humans have shown us that there is more to life than conquest and domination. They've opened our eyes to the power of unity and the endless possibilities that await us when we work together." Rigel stared at the floor, his thoughts churning with the weight of Altair's revelation. The young Unas found it hard to fathom that the once promising alliance between their species and humanity had crumbled so catastrophically. "But Master Altair," Rigel said, his voice trembling slightly, "what could have driven our peoples to such devastating conflict after centuries of peace and progress?" Altair sighed heavily, his eyes distant as painful memories resurfaced. It began with a tragic misunderstanding, a small spark that ignited the tinderbox of old grievances and rivalries. A human diplomatic envoy was attacked on an Unas colony world, and the perpetrators were mistakenly identified as Unas extremists. The elder Unas paused, his voice growing strained. The humans retaliated swiftly and harshly, launching strikes against Unas military installations and government centers. The Unas, believing they were under unprovoked assault, responded in kind. Within days, the once peaceful stars were alight with the fires of war. Altair's gaze hardened as he recounted the horrors of the conflict. The humans fought with a tenacity and ingenuity we had never before witnessed. Their mastery of advanced weaponry, honed over centuries of collaboration with our own scientists, proved decisive. Quantum-entangled bombs, neutron cascade warheads, and singularity-driven cannons tore through our defenses. Rigel's eyes widened in disbelief as Altair described the devastation wrought by human forces. Entire Una's battle fleets were annihilated in the blink of an eye, their hulls shattered by weapons that defied conventional physics. Legions of Una's warriors fell before the relentless onslaught of human infantry, their powered exoskeletons and neural-linked weapon systems making them nigh unstoppable on the battlefield. "For all our vaunted superiority," Altair said bitterly, "we were no match for the sheer ferocity of the human spirit. They fought with a determination born of desperation and righteous fury, each soldier driven by an unshakable belief in the justness of their cause." The elder Una's voice grew heavy with sorrow as he recalled the final days of the war. After decades of bloody conflict, our civilization lay in ruins. Our once great fleets were reduced to drifting hulks, our proud cities now smoldering ruins. With heavy hearts, our leaders sued for peace, accepting the bitter terms of human victory. Rigel sat in silence, struggling to process the magnitude of what he had just heard. The idea that his people, once the undisputed masters of known space, could have fallen so far was almost too much to bear. Altair placed a comforting hand on the young Una's shoulder, his eyes filled with empathy. "It is a hard truth to face, my young apprentice, but it is one we must never forget. The Terramana War stands as a testament to the dangers of pride and prejudice, of how even the strongest bonds can be shattered by mistrust and misunderstanding." If you finish this story, please subscribe and like the video. Then leave a comment that says, "I liked the story," and I will heart every single one of them. It really helps me. Thank you for your time.